Melissa back to give you an important message about how to calm the crazy this holiday season and also to raise your vibration. I'm telling you, the year is going so fast and the holidays are fast approaching. And for a lot of us, this isn't a time to be excited or happy. Sometimes it's a feeling of sadness or loneliness or maybe even some sort of winter depression. But I know for sure there's tools out there that you can use that will raise your vibration to allow you to calm the crazies and be able to ignite the fire within so you can start the next year of 2024 with excitement and joy. Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Kirkpatrick, the coach that you didn't know that you needed, but you're finding right here in this social media platform. I've been on the training ground, I've been on my journey, I've leveled up every decade, but I still find myself challenged with things that I didn't expect to be challenged with. And sometimes it's being challenged with just, financial situations, with relationships, with health and wellness, all of it comes into play. But when you get really clear and focused on what it is you truly desire and what you want, letting go of what everyone else is telling you that you need or should be doing, you're able to really align with the magic, with that cosmic kitchen to let it know that you are still here, you still have work to do, and there's still experiences and opportunities that you really want to have in this lifetime. So what does that look like? Let's first talk about the holidays. I know oftentimes families come together maybe once or twice a year, if that, and some families come together more often. But what happens is there's this hustle, there's this bustle, finding the perfect gift, finding the perfect outfit, knowing what you're going to eat or not eat, hoping you can lose 20 pounds before you have to be in front of everyone. Whatever that may look like for you, this is your opportunity to go, okay, up until now, that was my story. And when I use that phrase, up until now, it really gives a strong, divided, really punches it to say, I no longer want to be that story. We have so many stories that we tell. We base it on experiences that we've had in the past, and we try to think, how is it going to be differently? But we hold on to that energy of what was, what once was. And breaking that tie or interrupting that pattern requires some work on your part, but it really comes from first raising your vibration, getting yourself out of that stuckness, getting yourself out of that story that is holding you down or holding you back. So what does that look like? For some people it's exercise, some it's meditation, some it's just drinking to numb and go unconscious, but it's what works for you. How can you interrupt the pattern? Can you start with gratitude? Can you start saying, out of those situations, the good will come, and good has come, and focus on that? So maybe you found yourself in a financial situation, but prior to that, you were in a great financial state. And you know that you can get there by taking inspired action to improve that financial situation. Or maybe you were in a relationship that no longer is fulfilling, that no longer brings you the high vibes that you liked at one point when you were together and spending time and talking and doing all the things that now you find, I don't feel as good when I'm with that person or in that situation. So letting go of those stories, letting go of the past stories that didn't work well, focus on what did. When you were shining your light the brightest, what were you doing? What were you saying? How were you talking? How were you acting? Who was around you? Who brought that energy? So for me, I know going to networking events, whether it's a cocktail hour or a training or listening to someone on a podcast, that raises my vibration. Being in the presence of other like-minded individuals can really flip that switch and give you permission to say, I feel really good right now. I feel so good right now. Maybe after you do a workout or take a walk, you're like, I feel really good right now. Maybe when you spend an extra amount of time journaling or meditating or maybe even sleeping in, you want to know that you feel really good right now. And it's in that place of feeling really good that you can start creating more of that abundance, prosperity, joy, and happiness. And so as we move into the weeks of this year, getting ready to head into a new year, it's really about finding yourself to raise the vibration. Vision boards are one of my key tools that I help others with. And it doesn't have to be a physical vision board. It can be in your mind's eye. It can be pictures on your phone. It can just be an imagination of what you see your life looking like. You may want to find that you journal it out or you write it out. Tell the story. I was just at an event earlier this morning, and one of the things they talked about was she was encouraged to write, who are you a year from now? Who are you 5 years from now? And tell the story. And write it out, very descriptive. Get all the details in there. If you're someone like myself that wants to be creating opportunity for the masses, who do I have to become? What am I wearing? What am I saying? Where am I showing up? What am I investing in? What am I letting go of? What am I saying no to? Like, find that energy within you and tell the story. So you can start there and maybe every day journal that story more and more and get more descriptive and more detailed. If you want to live in a sunshine state, is it Florida? Is it Georgia? Is it Texas? Is it in this town or that town? Who's with you? What are you doing? What do you do on a daily basis? How do you run your morning routine? What is your agenda for the day? How do you set those inspired actions or intentions? How do you set the intention and take the inspired action? Like, it's really finding that secret sauce, that secret motivation, whatever it is inside you that lights you up. Sometimes you can go back to past experiences or events that you had when a child was born, or you landed the job that you've always wanted, like how you felt in that moment. And that's what I mean when I talk about raising your vibration. Sometimes it's harder than others, and I get that. And maybe it's just sitting on your couch or in your bed and drinking water and just reflecting back on how far you've come and you've survived your worst days, and you know things are only going to get better, because that's what Melissa always says, out of this situation only good will come. Everything is working out to your highest and best good. So as you move forward and you start thinking about what's next for you, your life, look at all the categories that we have. We have our relationships, our finances, our wellness, our spirituality, our love, our self-care. All of those play an important part. Maybe look at the balance wheel. Where are you balanced in one and maybe not the other? Maybe your goal is to tap into more intellectual things, that you want to read more. You want to be listening to motivational speakers that inspire you, that lift you up, and you want to do more of that. So carve out a little bit of time, even if it's for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 5 hours. You get to decide, because this is your game and you're playing it. And everyone else is a player in your game, so how are you going to strategically allow them to come in and be a part of that and keep you feeling good and the high vibration? And then the other piece of that is, at the end of the day, at the close of the day, think about the things that you did in that day, in those moments throughout the day. Was it things that brought you joy and lit you up? Or was it things that made you not feel so good and make you wonder and question and not just not feel good inside? Like, you can feel the energy. You know, like no other, that you have these talents, these gifts, these aspirations, and it's time to hit the on switch. It's time to press play on your life. And if you feel that you've been kind of wobbly and you've been 1 foot in and 1 foot out, or things just bump you off the rail, it's time to get clear on what is happening. Why is this happening? What is it that I'm doing differently that I wasn't doing before? How can I change this? What is the conversation that I want to have with myself? What kind of words am I using? I taught a lot about conscious language, and that's so powerful, because if I start saying, well, I could, or I should, or maybe I will, then that just keeps you stuck right there where you are. And I've used the phrase multiple times, when you keep saying, I should this, should that, you're just shooting all over yourself. And that's not where you want to be. There's always a choice. And when I think about things in that context, if I have a choice, I can get up early or I can sleep in. I can go to the event or I can stay home. I can exercise or I don't have to. It's a choice, and it's a conscious choice that you can make. And if you make the choice to do it differently than before, own the choice. A lot of times we do these to-do lists. There's this big to-do list that we have to do, and we keep adding to it. But what if we look at that in context of a choice list? What if I choose to do the laundry today and not wait till the weekend? What if I choose to put the laundry away instead of letting it pile up? What if I choose to just take a walk for 5 minutes versus thinking I have to take a walk for 30? It's a choice, and those choices lead to the next choice, to the next choice. And what I know for sure is, when I start getting tapped into that, it's when other opportunities appear that I didn't even know were going to happen for me, that I didn't know was going to come about. Maybe I go out for a walk and I meet a stranger on the street and have a great conversation with them, and not only did they raise my vibration, I raised their vibration. Or maybe I did do a 5-minute workout that turned into 30 minutes because it felt so good in the moment that I just continued to go on with that. Maybe I've been eating really crappy food lately, and I know that that's not serving me, that it just makes me feel awful or bloated or just yuck. Maybe I can add a salad or a vegetable. My friend Emily always talks about that. Just add in something. Don't take away. Don't deprive yourself. Don't make it feel so hard that you'll never accomplish it. And that leads me into when you talk about New Year's resolutions, right? A lot of people fall short right away, because when they set the intention for the New Year's resolution, they're really not fully committed to it. And maybe it's a resolution that's always been set year after year, and it continues to be one that doesn't work for you. So how can you change those resolutions? Change it to intentions. My intention in the next year is to do what? And then break it down, reverse engineer it. If I want to buy at the end of 2024, of December 31st, have a certain amount of money in my bank account, or have a career or job or relationship, great, reverse engineer it. How do I get there? Am I saving money? Am I getting another job? Am I asking for a raise? Am I leaving one relationship to find another relationship? Am I going to places that I know that I'll find like-minded people that are going to make me feel good? You have to know the map, the road map of what it looks like. You don't have to have all the details. Mike Dooley always talks about the cursed house. You don't have to worry about the house. All you have to do is set a picture in your mind's eye, start taking forward action because output equals input, and trust that getting in the boat and floating is all you have to do. You can let go of those restraints, of those things that were told to you, of those beliefs of other people. Let that shit go. It's not serving you anymore. And I am speaking from my heart because that's what I have felt over the last few months, that I'm just letting the dialogue be of what other people think I should, could, would, and supposed to be. And maybe they're right, and maybe I see some truth in that. But I also have to get the clarity to tap into, this is what I desire. This is what I want to do for my life. These are the action steps that I'm going to take. I'm going to get the support with an accountability partner or a clarity coach or a mindset coach, someone that can help me stay the course. Because again, that's what New Year's resolutions, those that sign up for the gym at the first of the year and going to eat right, find that by mid-February they've fallen off the wagon. They're not doing the things that they said they were going to do, because a lot of times there's no accountability, but oftentimes there's not a true connection, a true reason why. Why do I want to do the things that I want to do? Find that purpose, find that guide. Go in and get that North Star that's going to help you say, I keep doing it this way because this is the end result. This is what I'm achieving. This is what I desire. And when you bump off the rail and you find yourself stuck again, go back and reflect on, why did I want to do this to begin with? What does it look like moving forward? What am I not doing? How am I not showing up? And then flip the script and say, I will do these things. And I choose to do these things because at the end of it, as I'm working towards this goal, I know it's going to become my reality or something better. There's always something there. There's always an opportunity. There's always an experience. Being a yes person can change your whole belief around, am I happy or am I not happy? And it's a choice. And if I choose to be happy, how do I get happy? How do I make myself feel good? What raises my vibration? And do it in a way that it's unapologetic, that regardless of what other people are saying or doing or how they're living their life or what they're doing to create their life, that's for them. Take notes. They may be doing something that you didn't consider, but at the same time, find your own story. Find the story that you want to tell from a place of love, light, and happiness. And then know that everything is on its way for you. That it's not something that you have to go find necessarily. You just have to put yourself in those places so that you can begin to calm the craziness of what you feel and begin to raise that vibration inside of you internally. And I know that you will feel so different when you just give yourself permission to shift one thing. One thing is all you have to do, whether it's getting up 5 minutes early or going to bed 5 minutes later or earlier, whatever that looks like for you. Find out what that is and start living from that place. And just breathe, my friend, because it's all about calibrating, direction, focus, guidance, clarity, and accountability that's going to take you from here to there. And I want that for you. I want you to level up. I want you to take hold. And I want you to be ready to just experience life like you've not experienced it before and find your joy. Get back to that. And if there's ever anything I can do to support you, let me know. I'm just a message away. So I hope this is in service for you. I know that it's going to be times when you're going to feel less than, but I'm going to keep showing up for you. And I know that at some point this message will resonate and you'll find that switch. You'll be able to hit that switch and turn it on. I see it all the time with my clients, and I'm witnessing it in myself as well. So I send you tons of love, lots of light. Have an amazing rest of your day. It's bye for now, but we'll talk soon.